Hello buddy, welcome back to Nioh 2. In this one we're going to be taking our first steps into this first area, which I'm still failing to remember the name of. Village of the Cursed Blossoms. There we go. Right. So, I've decided I'm going to have Surigama with the switch cleave. Don't have any ranged weapons right now. I'm not going to change in the armor. I have the DLC stuff, but there's no actual light armor there, and I think that's what I'm going to try and stick with. We will, however, have the Kodama sensor on just to remind me where they all are. We are going to find them all as we go through on the first playthrough. But as I said before, I'm not personally going to pick them up. I'm just going to show you guys where they are, and then I'll come back through on a second playthrough to pick them up, which is good for you anyway. You should do this, definitely do this mission twice. With that being said, we finally have the graves up. Of course, we can't use the blue ones right now because we haven't actually faced any of the red ones yet. We'll see this when we get here. I haven't rest. Right, so let me rest so I can reset the enemies that are down here. So this is probably going to end up being a skill-based magic build. Something like that. So, not that much point in us putting loads into magic. We could put some into here, which is going to give us actually not bad damage across two weapons that I plan on using. We also have key, heart, courage, stamina. We don't get any damage out of those though, which is obviously entirely up to you guys. What what you plan on valuing. I'm going to go with skill. And it's probably a good idea to get all of these up to 6, if I'm honest. And, amazingly enough, I've earned a first skill point. It's not going to be as amazing as you'd like it to be. But I think we get one of these like every 2-ish levels. Now what you're going to actually want to work towards, in my opinion, is Running Water Man. I think in the first mission anyway, you're going to be spending most of your time in mid-stance, and when we get there I'll show you guys just how important this is. So anyway, activates when you recover a full key from a key pool, supplies a special effect that negates the key damage you receive from the next attack that hits your guard. It's okay, I don't think I ever even noticed using it. So that first skill point is kind of a bit of a waste, it's a shame. The next one though will make a very large difference, and I'm going to demonstrate the first half as to why right now. So we're going to target this Gaki right here, so let's go ahead and slash on him. And what you see then we're doing is, when my character starts glowing, I'm pressing my R1 button. This can be changed, but that is essentially allowing me to recover some key. Now, I don't like using it very much, because it makes you stop, so you end up standing there and tanking hits to the face. Oh, I got a hood. Let's put that on. It's almost like it was planned for us, eh? Now I've got headpieces off because I like to see my lady's face, but you guys can decide whether or not you want to keep that. Now of course here we have some of the red graves around this big bull right here, where people have fought this guy and failed. Now I recommend coming back here to do this on the second run, and maybe I'll do that as a video. And there's stuff that can be collected here, and there's actually a ladder over there we can kick down as a shortcut back to here later. If you do decide you want to take it on, he'll give you a key to open a gate, which just allows you to skip an area, which is okay, I suppose. And it would be a decent boost of Amrita, but I feel like you'll get more mileage if you just skip. Now the cool thing is you can actually stealth around him. Doesn't have to aggro on you. You can get all of the items around him as well without him actually aggroing on you. And even if he does, you can run off. So we can grab this like this, look. And come over to the left if you really want to. Do. So yeah, in fact I will do a video of me beating him when I come back through. That way it won't be an entire waste when we come back through on the second time. Well, it won't be anyway because we're doing good armored locations. So, now that we're past this guy, hug this fence, look, and it's going to bring you round to good armor number 1. I believe, if I remember rightly, there's 7. Good armor number 1. Okay, so continuing on. Cool. So get used to the rhythm. Ching, ching, ching. Okay, do that as much as you need to. In fact, you literally can do that as much as you need to right here. I'm going to go ahead and open this. And this is like the game's lesson of keep an eye out for doors. They are shortcuts. Okay, rest here if you need to. Maybe you will. Now, if you get a chance, I do very, very much recommend fighting some of the red spirits. I probably wouldn't summon the ones around the door, because they'll be a pain to fight with. We are going to have a few in a second, though. And then I'll get to show you guys the value of that. Because I highly recommend using these blue graves, and I am actually going to do throughout the walkthrough. So, continuing on. I didn't make a note of the loot that you can't miss. Right, let's get out of the way of this. Stab you wash down on the floor. All good. Hey, black diamond because you're gone. Nothing better. Cool. So we're looking okay so far, right? As you can see, not been all that many deaths from players until you get to here. This will actually tell you what they get killed by as well. It's an N key. This is a fairly large-looking demon. And you guys are going to see that in a second. It's now telling us about burst counters, which I suppose this thing's supposed to teach us. I'd say it's pretty brutal lesson for it, but then again, any of these kind of games are quite brutal. And I feel like it's probably worth saying this path here connects to this path over there. You can do this either direction, doesn't really matter. So if you want to head forward, go that way you can, but I mean, you'll see. So over here, it's going to try and ambush us actually. We have a thing on the floor, look. Now we want it to actually come over this way. Now be careful because they can be sick. Oh, stop it. And they start putting paralysis on the floor. And you can see, Nioh duel. So even without facing any players, we already have at least some different alternative weapons. New spear there. Then we have a level 5 player, no less. Not bad. So I recommend facing these as much as you can. If you do happen to knock them off, you should gain any gear that they drop. Which was disappointingly little on that guy. Let's see if we can get a couple more in here. I very much recommend bringing on a blue guy for this enemy. Whoa. Also, never stand there when they when you summon these guys in. As you kind of see. Ooh. Oh my. They are quite aggressive. I'm really missing having the water thing on, so I get key back when I dodge. There we go. That's exactly what I was after, a bit of a Choku look. And we even gained some glory. Lovely. And so then, you'll come over to this, and you'll see, 2 Choku cups, and I can bring in a level 8 player with me. How grand. I would actually recommend doing with an extra player. Let's go ahead and get some more. Level 1, easy. And this is effectively how you are able to get, well, generally pretty good gear, right? Because the loot drops are somewhat random. Wow, this person's got like loads of skills already. That's just mental. Which just shows you how much some people are grinding up to this point already. Now be careful over that way. You want to bring them back over now because he's going to summon the demon in. Okay, things now get a little bit nastier. Because we've got the demon in here. That's fine though. Ouch, it hurts a lot. Let's get rid of you. Okay. So we're still in the profiting here. This is actually going to be a pretty cool thing. So its key's almost nearly down as well, which is nice. So if we get its key down, you'll see that it starts staggering. Eventually it'll drop down, which allows us to press triangle to give it an execution. Our extra player is pretty much here for... Oh, I didn't get a chance to do the burst thing. No! Okay. I totally screwed up. I missed my chance to do the burst counter. I will cut back into that point because I don't have enough time to show you guys that twice. Round 2. No one player suddenly feels really sluggish. Why not? It's because this thingy realm. There we go, it's gone. Careful of the belly flop. Right, there we go. Got the burst counter in on there. So the cool thing about the blue one is when you see the red move coming in, you can actually burst counter into it, which is kind of what I wanted to try and show. Oh, I'm going to die again. Don't worry if you do die to this guy. He is kind of tough. Whoa, I need to get out of the way. I should have gone into that. Oh my god. Of course, bringing a friend along was a good idea. Here we're going to get a first soul core. Now, of course, if it were me, I would go back to the shrine, have a rest, and what's the word? Use the soul core. But you'll see at the next shrine anyway what you're supposed to do with it. So, I'm going to continue on. Now this way, command sense should be tingling. I think I'm actually going to put some points to magic, otherwise my damage just isn't going to work. So we have Kadama number 2. Now, here's one of those areas where, a little bit like earlier where we had 2 ways we could go to there, we've got 2 ways we can go around this area as well. In the interest of getting everything, we're going to go around to the right. Should have 2 Gakis. Now I believe these guys actually have a low chance of dropping a soul core of their own, so if you want to farm them for that, you can. You'll get plenty of them later anyway, so it's not like terribly bad. My friend's going ham on these guys over here. That's all good. Right, so I think that was everything up here. Small spirit stone. We get the thing off the weird bridge that doesn't really have much point other than to have this item on it. And then we can so this is the far end of the right turn. There are 2 places you could drop off, but this is the best one because then we get to, if you remember the right button, I pressed circle there, it says square for a second, and then we can drop off onto this guy as well, who would otherwise be a problem. He still might be. Be careful of that. If he grabs you, it's going to, like, well, it's probably going to be an insta-kill at this stage of the game. It's just not very nice. This guy stayed sitting down because he's an idiot. Cool, there we go. That puts us on about 15 minutes. Let's end with going down here. And then we'll talk about a few of the other things that we've done here. Good. I believe that actually has good armor sense on it. I don't know if it's a set item, because I think I got that last time as well. No, it doesn't. So it does change. Auto grave recovery. Has a chance to instantly cover the Guardian Spirit. Okay, that's not too bad, I suppose. I never used the thing. So, now that we've reached the shrine, have ourselves a bit of Amrita, which is basically XP to use. And now we get to use the Soul Core. So it has its own stats, as you can see. Additional defense you receive. So there's Guardian. So actually get extra defense over this one, it's quite cool. Where are we? Here we go. So now we have stats coming from this, I believe. There we go. Now we get stats from this. So from the Enki Soul, we get Anima bonus, which is the ability to burst counter. I'll try and get a few more of those in just so you guys can see it. I mean, outside of combat, this is what it looks like. So we hold in the left trigger and I press this, and he dodges. But while he's in that form, and if he manages to block or even come into contact with the yokai that's doing one of the red moves, then it'll stun it, which is really, really handy. In addition, we acquired some switchblade points. So, just for using a weapon, you will in fact gain points to use. I'm going to use this one first. Can't actually go any further than that. I've tried using this counter, and it just doesn't seem to let me equip it. So, what should happen is, unless something's been fixed since the last time, when you get a skill like that, where are we? Skill customization, here we go. You should essentially be able to put it in here. I don't know if it's a glitch, but that's a mid-stance Wild Guardian, right? So hold L1. It's just not working for me right now, which is weird. Unless, of course, I'm missing something, which it could be. So, I think I should make a bit of a rule here that we should try to profit by one Achoku Cup for each episode. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, so we earned 2 in the previous one. I'm going to go ahead and grab 3 more whilst this video edits. It should keep us at 20 minutes. In the next episode then, we have a little village to take on over here. We'll end up opening this shortcut. I suppose we might as well actually see how much leveling we can get done. I mean, I think we've had almost one of every weapon at this point, which is nice. So, like I was saying before, even if you didn't have everything, here we have a bit of everything, essentially. That's level 3 compared to level 1. So, always sort these by level. Just 'cause it helps you keep track of stuff. I've just got a level 4 weapon, which is quite cool. So, anyway, guys, we've got the 2 good armor that we need to show. And we've demonstrated bringing along a friend, how useful it is, and how to get more of this stuff. Now, I suppose I should also show as well, hopefully it'll do it well for me here. Let's nail this guy. Whoa! Oh, I missed it. Quite nice, right? Hopefully as well it should show. When you rest, it should actually reset, or soft reset, some of the summon abilities. Some of the summons. Oh, you know what? That's no, we can't get that yet. We go across the bridge to get that later. I was fairly positive it'd reset the summons. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. In the next one, obviously, we'll be taking on another part of this. I think there's probably, in fact, no, we should get towards pretty close to the boss. There'll be the dark area before the boss fight, and then we'll be good. So that should be everything, and I'll catch you all in the next one.